Alrighty, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV and Final Fantathon. I have some walking to do, so let me do that while I talk. Well, I think I can teleport. God, I gotta remember things. I'm on a PS4 controller now. I'll explain why in a minute. So I'm still getting used to PS4 controller. Granted, it's not much different than the PS5 controller, but okay. Wow, this is like very touchy. I don't know why. Okay, should be able to go. Can I just teleport the dry bone? I mean, I don't really want to spend the money, but... Well, I'll just talk. I'll just walk because I want to talk. So, so last week, first of all, this has been an awesome week. We have returned to regular schedule programming after all of our crazy events over the past couple of weeks. We also finished the Forbidden Memories challenge. So now we're back to trophy quests and all of our normal going-ons on the stream. In addition, we're doing card openings regularly now, and it's just been really fun. So it's been an awesome week. Last week I had some technical issues with this game. The game was crashing during cutscenes, and so I spent a big part of the weekend trying to figure out what the problem was. And I believe, after looking into a million different things, shout outs to Mushroom for the help, I think we finally figured out that it was a DirectX issue. So I'm now running the game in DirectX 9, which I've heard is not like super common, but it is something that several people in my chat said that they had to do at one point, was swap the DirectX 9 because they were having issues with DirectX 11. So it's not like super crazy rare for that to be a thing. But because I had to switch DirectX 9, my PS5 controller isn't registering, which I could probably fix if I downloaded like DS4 and like tricked my computer into thinking my PS5 was a PS4 controller and all that jazz, but just for simplicity's sake, I'm just using a PS4 controller now. I was using an 8BitDo controller, but then that stopped working, so I'm just having all the technical issues, which is common for me. I always have technical issues, which is why I'm not blaming the game at all for that. It's definitely Death You Boomer. I just always have issues with PC games. I don't know what it is. Some people do, some people don't. I am definitely one of the people that just constantly has issues with every PC game I ever play. No matter what I do, I mean, my computer at this point, last year, I changed like everything in my computer to all new stuff. And you know, I am a very basic computer user. I don't do anything wild. I don't download anything wild. I don't even overclock, like nothing. I just have a basic vanilla Starbucks computer and I just do very basic vanilla Adobe programs, and somehow, some way, I tend to just have every issue in the book. Like, it just seems like whenever there is a potential issue, I have it. Like, oh, 1 out of every 200 Final Fantasy XIV characters have an issue with DirectX. Well, you better believe I'm having it then. So, if you ever need like a what could go wrong about your game, just send it my way, and I'll show you all the things that could possibly go wrong. But yeah, I'm not blaming the game for that. I'm not going to say that game's bad, it doesn't function properly. That's on me. I do think they need to, like, I mean, I do give them credit for giving you like a super easy option to use DirectX 9. There's an option in the menu in the starting menu that just says like run DirectX 9. So that's really nice, because trying to trick the game into running a different DirectX can be like super mega difficult depending on the game. So I do give him credit for that. But yeah, hopefully we don't have any issues. If the game crashes at all today, I will be at a complete loss, like complete loss. We will have a big code red if the game crashes at all today, but hopefully it does not. Oh, there you are, Petra. Come, rest a while. You will have no better opportunity. After witnessing their god's ignominious defeat, the Amalja will be less inclined to risk our wrath, for a time at least. Now, where were we? Oh, yes. I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be any of use to you or the abductees. They may be whole of body, but the same cannot be said of their minds, for once a man is tempered. Ah, but it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst all of our fortunes, there is still reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand no less. That is the deed of no ordinary individual, Petra. Not that I ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I have long suspected that you have the potential to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fine eye for talent remains undimmed. Minfilia will be proud beyond all reckoning when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the tidings to her. That way I can claim to have contributed something to this mission. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax and return to the Waking Sands when you are good and ready. We can discuss matters in more detail then. Just don't take too long, will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves. Also, I did go back and check to make sure we didn't miss any of the cutscene, and we didn't. All the cutscenes that crashed, they crashed either before it was over, and then we rewatched the whole cutscene, or the one cutscene that crashed, the second one that crashed at the very end of the cutscene, so we didn't miss anything. Alright, we gotta go all the way back to there now, so we gotta go to Horizon. How's it going, monkey? No, it's on my main drive. Didn't he just tell you to rest? No rest for the wicked. How's it going, Chryso? You're on the right way. Oh, there it is. Yeah, the other thing too is like the game very accurately placed me where I should be every time I crashed. So like I crashed at the very end of a cutscene and it put me into the next area. I crashed in the middle of a cutscene and it put me before the cutscene so I could rewatch it. So kudos to them. You know, because PC games crash a lot, MMOs crash a lot. It's good that they have a good system in place. You don't lose progress. Because MMOs are the last games you want to lose progress in. Losing progress in an MMO is like actually pulling teeth. Really, RPGs in general, I think, are like the absolute worst games to lose progress in, just by nature of them being grindier and like doing the same thing over and over only feels good if you're making progress. So if you're not making progress, or if you're going back on your progress, it's like the worst feeling ever. Ah, the triumphant hero returns. Thancred told us of the news upon his arrival. He is presently in the Solar, giving a full report to Lady Minfilia. You should join them at once. Lady Minfilia is most eager to see you. My late arrival nearly cost Petra her life. I wasn't there when the Amalisha took her prisoner, and I wasn't there when they served her to Ifrit. Yes, by some miracle, she survived, but that does not excuse the fact that she should never have had to face such dangers alone. I failed her utterly, just as I am failing you all. What's done is done, Thancred. You can ill blame yourself for every... Petra, it's so good to see you again. Impeccable timing, my friend. I had just finished regaling Minfilia with your heroic exploits. Thancred has told me everything. You have done well to return to us. The perils you faced were undeniably great, yet a part of me believes that I had no cause to fear, and now we can put paid to our long investigation. As we suspected, the Amalisha undertook both the robbery and the abductions with the aim of summoning their primal Ifrit. Nor is this tale limited to Ul'dah. Similar incidents have been rife in both Limsa, Laminsa, and Gridania of late. I dare say you've been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in the physical realm, primals must consume aether if they are to maintain their presence here, and the stronger they become, the more aether they require. Now, aether exists throughout creation. It flows through all life and permeates the very air that we breathe. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. Nay, he and his kind require a more concentrated source of aether, crystals. It is for this reason that incidents involving crystals can often be traced back to a primal. Which leaves us with the why of the abductions. To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. When all is well with the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across the great river of ether. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals cry out to their gods for deliverance from suffering. These cries serve as a beacon toward which a primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. It is this coming together, or etheric coalescence, which grants them the being's physical form. Once born, a primal gains strength from its followers' worship. The most numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful their god becomes. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence as their adherents freely give, and in order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempering mortals, a process to which you yourself were subjected. Yet even as Ifrit took you comrades in his thrall, you alone remained unaffected. That is thanks to the power you possess, the Echo. We know not the why of it, but those blessed with the Echo are immune to primal influence. It is though a greater power protects us. When first you came to us, I told you that the Echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why. The recent incidents all share a common trait: meticulous planning. Such elaborate designs are a new development, and one which fills me with an unshakable sense of foreboding. While I share your concern, my presiding feeling is one of relief at your safe return. The Immortal Flame assured me that they will deal with the aftermath, so you need not concern yourself with that. We may rest easy for a time. I suggest you take full advantage of the respite, Petra. You may be sure it won't last long. Once the people learn the identity of the hero who felled Ifrit, I fear you will have nary a moment to yourself. Oof. Sorry, Magda. Ads be crazy lately. How's it going, Fox? Whether she intended to or no, Minfilia neglected to tell you something. Something I think it would be best you heard from one of us. It concerns the tempered abductees that were rescued. I am sorry to report that all are to be put to death, the flames with whom you were imprisoned included. Needless to say, this information must not be made known to the public. I swear to you that we would not do this if there were any other recourse, but once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life. His very existence lends strength to the primal whom he cannot choose but worship. And so we Scions continue our fight that no more innocents need be sacrificed. I hope that you will continue to stand with us, Petra. But I should be going. I must offer my apologies to the Flame General for the losses his people suffered. Till next time. Gods forgive me, how many more lives? I always forget how to say these names. Help me out. Swa. I don't know why I always forget that. Like, I just see it, and my brain just doesn't go to Swa. Louis Swa would never have allowed this to happen. I have to do better. I have to be stronger. It's pronounced Bill. No, it's like, it's always that, too. Like if it's French, and it ends in X, it's always that. But I just, for some reason, I can never commit that to memory. Louis Socks. Does anyone else kind of like... I don't want to say I don't like him, but something about Thancred, I'm just like not the biggest fan of him. Does anyone else feel that way, or is like everyone like love Thancred? I have this strange feeling that he gets like better later. So I feel like a lot of people probably like him. I think my issue with him is like he's both the cool guy and a bumbling idiot. You know what I mean? He like can't be both. Like at the beginning of the game, he was like mysterious and he'd show up and be like, I know all these things that you don't. He was like kind of cool. But then whenever we go on a mission, he's always like late and he screws up and he's apologizing to everyone and he's like, I blew it. It's like, is he the cool guy or the bumbling idiot? Is he the lovable idiot or is he the mysterious cool guy? I'm okay with either, but I don't want him to be both. You know what I mean? But perhaps this is just like a tripping point for him, and then he gets better. The mysterious cool idiot. Like maybe this is just a bump in the path for him. Yeah. This mission in particular. He's the cool guy that's hard on himself. Maybe. But the way he talks, I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's weird. It's like giving me mixed signals. Until not so very long ago, you were but one of the many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Therefore, you traveled the realm, aiding those in need without thought of reward, confirming to Thancred that the Scions would benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us, than you personally bested the Primal Ifrit. Thank you for giving me a rundown of the whole game so far. You have achieved a great deal in a short time and won fame in doing so. In so doing. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. We have guests, Petra, or rather, you have guests. Is it a bunch of screaming fans? Beg pardons! Ah, Lady Minfilia, radiant as always. This dude kind of looks like my character from Final Fantasy XI. I am given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom, Grand Company of Limsa Laminsa, to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. What was that face? As you can see, Petra, your recent exploits have garnered you the attentions of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have Ifrit's bane for its own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. I find myself wondering how word of Petra's deed spread so quickly that the immortal flame should know of her triumph is to be expected, but what of the other grand companies? Eep! What's that dance? Your reputation precedes you, Mistress Snakeboat. Don't call me Mistress Snakeboat. 'Tis no ordinary woman who can face a primal and emerge the victor. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of valiant women such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelveswood. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Mr. Snakeboat. Don't call me that. My comrades speak of you in the most glowing terms. Why, even before you aided us against the Amalja and their dread primal, yours was already a respected name in Ul'dah. Our people know you and love you well. A woman of your talents belongs to the immortal flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Ul'dah. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said, you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It is only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join our strength to yours, and together let us see the grand vessel of Limsa Lominsa to the shores of glory. Lady Minfilia. Very well. Though I am quite sure you need no reminding, mayhap a brief summary of the situation would help to clarify your thoughts on this matter. As you know, the Grand Companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the martial, economic, and technological resources of their respective city-states in times of strife. There are presently 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa, the Order of Twin Adder, the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah. Serving a Grand Company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense and tasking with advancing its cause. In return of your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which will prove useful to you in your other endeavors. If you are agonizing over which of the Grand Companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your alliance to a later date, you are entitled to do so. Yet I concede that it is no small choice you face. A thought occurs to me. You will, of course, recall that the 3 city-states are planning to hold remembrance services. Well, as part of the proceedings, I am given to understand that the leader of each Grand Company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? A fine suggestion. You are as wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Very well, let Petra hear our leader speak, then return here with her decision. I gotta listen to him talk. I was kind of already convinced I was going to pick Ul'dah, because it's my home city. I know full well that adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed and not best suited to the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a Grand Company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. I need to stop yawning. You are possessed of great power, Petra, and with it you are capable of doing an untold good, yet know that great power is wont to attract attention, not all of it friendly. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs to be on the lookout for them. Yet however vigilant you are but one woman. In the midst of a Grand Company, however, you will be one woman against many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving another. I hope that we continue to rely upon your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The Grand Companies seek to protect their own nations. We Seons, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect that you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. A cell phone? Eorzea is changing, Petra, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now it is time to be made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tartaro. She will apprise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. Man, that was long-winded for, hey, pick a military. I need to, need to unfollow this. Wait, did I walk past? Oh, no, it's here. Thought I walked past her, but it's here. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, Petra. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly and often to a few too many people. Next time I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally if necessary. Anyway, I expect you want to know where and when the Remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the 3 services, and Elder Seed Seer Connie Senna will deliver her address at Miketo's Amphitheater. I should probably mention at this point that due to the organizational challenges involving in assembling all of the involved parties, it's possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that, so make Gridania your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Ul'dah, where Flame General Roban Aldin will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored there's to be a special guest. How exciting. Last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Limsa Laminsa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Meryl will be giving her address. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry, Xanthael, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. I hope you find the Remembrance services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. I'm finally famous. So Gridania first, huh? Wait. Why does it say to go to Ul'dah? Unless that's like the port or something. It might be the port. Yeah, I was kind of thinking like I'm just going to go with Ul'dah because it's my hometown. But it sounds like there's a bit more to it. I guess maybe the militaries have different, like, goals or, like, ways about achieving their goals. That'll make it a bit more of an interesting decision. I guess we'll see. I like that you have to learn about them before choosing, because games often have these like decisions you have to make before you realize the point of the decision, you know? Like this happens all the time where like the game starts and it's like, all right, pick a thing, and then you don't know what you're picking, so you just pick one, and then it ends up drastically changing your character, or there's some kind of like cultural thing you're agreeing to and you have no idea what it is. It reminds me of that Fire Emblem game. I forget which one, but there's that Fire Emblem game where you have to pick which side of the family you want to fight for. But in order to pick, you have to actually buy the corresponding game. Is that Fates? Yeah. You have to buy the corresponding game, and it's like, well, how am I supposed to know which family I want to go with if I haven't even played the game yet? That tends to be a thing that a lot of games do. We failed. This used to influence PvP. That's interesting. They changed it. You started playing it and then realized you wanted the other side? Yikes. Yeah, that's really bizarre. I mean, it's like a cool idea, but in practice, it's actually doesn't work. Like, it's a cool idea to have 2 separate games. I think maybe if it was a sequel, it would have worked better. Like, you play the first game, and then at the end of the game, there's like a cliffhanger where the character has to decide which family to go with, and then, like, the next game gets split into 2 games. Like, that'd be interesting. But to just have a bunch of characters you don't know until you buy the game, and then by that time it's too late. That's obviously pretty silly. Wonder if I should do some more rogue stuff. It has been a while. That's level 20. I'm level 27. I can get a weapon with some materia in it. Sure, why not? Oh, it's you, Petra. I'm sorry, but I don't have anything to teach you. If I ever did it all, you're far better off training under Chichudo. You'll find her over yonder. Just leave me be. I was so hopeful that seeing you improve in leaps and bounds would spur Master Heyman out of his doldrums. It seems more must be done. Perhaps the end result is not so important as the manner in which you get there. In other words, if you were to train precisely as Master Hammond once did, overcome the selfsame changes that he did in his youth, I dare say it would stoke the fires of his fighting spirit. Listen well, Petra. Master once told me that he used to refine his combinations by provoking deadly creatures into unleashing their fury upon him. For this purpose, he often went to the southern part of Drybone to fight the hornet clouds there. To this day, the tree trunks that he struck to stir the biokin from their hives bear the mark of his fists. I want you to seek out these trees and do as Master Heyman once did, strike them with a bootshine combo and fight the hornet clouds that emerge. Once you have felled enough of the creatures and collected their stingers, return here and present them to Master Heyman. It will remind him of the better days, I am sure of it. I only know that I hit the same trees. Where's this at? You said the desert, so over here. I've never really seen like any MMO PvP. I don't really know anything about MMO PvP. I know more about like frickin' Dark Souls PvP than I know about MMO PvP. Being someone on the outside that has no idea how it works, the general concept of MMO PvP makes no sense whatsoever. Because, like, the whole thing with MMOs is you grind up to a certain, like, cap. So, like, if everyone's at the cap, what would PvP even entail, right? Now this game's a lot more like skill-based. So it kind of makes more sense, but some older MMOs, it's like either A, it's not as much skill-based as it is like just having everything you need, or it's skill-based, but everyone has their own like specific class and it's more built. Hello. It's more built towards, like, playing as a group, you know? Like, raiding with other people, so PvPing alone as, like, a healer wouldn't make any sense. So I'm kind of curious, like, how that works. So, that thing's terrifying. I'm pretty sure he would one-shot me. He do be looking cool. You guys are memeing me. There's no way he doesn't one-shot me. Don't worry about the number. This is Gila monster attacking me. Not here. Everybody be meowing. I saw another emote I wanted to add the other day. Can't remember what it was. I have to go find it. This is tree. Wow, what is that? What is wah? Oh. It won't load. It's cursed. Oh, that one. No. That was not it. Let's step away from the terrifying creature. Glad I have money now. Let me just teleport around. It's a emote. I think you can't see it because you don't have Better Twitch TV. If you Google Better Twitch TV, you can install the add-on and then you can see it. Or you can just look at my stream chat there. It's in there too. Where am I going? Things are good. The waifu cards did arrive. I forgot to tell you guys that. So, Monday morning, waifu cards. Look, Master, I brought you some bee stingers. What is it now? Can't you leave a feeble old man in peace? Dolls, balls, those are hornet stingers. You trained as I once did out in Drybone? Eh, those hornet clouds were right pesky buggers. I fair lost count of the times they stung me, though I remember the places well enough. The pain was nigh unbearable, but I always stood my ground. Ah, the memories of my younger days come flooding back. What I wouldn't give to relive them. Petra, I want you to fight me, right here, right now. Make me remember what it's like to be young again. To have nothing to lose and everything to gain. I'm gonna beat up my master. What is this music? Ready or not, here I come. I killed him. Yes, it's starting to come back to me. You won't have it so easy this round, Petra. Ah, have you no respect for the elderly? I love that he just dies. Just actually dies. Oh god, I'm in the wrong spot now. Yes, yes, my strength returns! Come on, let's go at one more round. Again? Fight him in first person. Like a boxing match. I forget what Feint does. He feels so alive. Ha ha ha! Gods, I haven't felt this invigorated since forever! When I'm fighting you, it's as though I'm fighting my younger self. Mayhap there's still hope for these old bones. I'll make my comeback yet, see if I don't. Gah ha ha! What are you doing, old man? Learning how to walk? You're Wegfar Wide Axe! Sounds like some Harry Potter character. Ain't none called me that in ages. Nay, not since the day he defeated me on the Blood Sands. I gave up prize fighting after that for the humiliation, but it weren't long till I found a place in the Alakran. Your boy Ruru Kuda works for me now. Imagine me surprised when I learned he used to train under the mighty Holy Fist. But Holy Fist ain't nothing but a name these days, so I'm told. How do ye sleep at night knowing how flaccid ye've become? We call him flaccid. Of course, if you're having trouble nodding off, we could always try a whiff of Somnus. I'll even give you a complimentary sample. But like as not, a doddering old sort like you won't ever wake up again. Gah ha ha ha! Shut your mouth, Wegfar, or I'll shut it for you. Now, let's be civilized for a moment, eh? We're old friends after all, and friends help each other out. You mentioned making a comeback just now. If you're serious about it, I'd be glad to lend a helping hand. By way of motivating ye, how's about we have us a rematch? Of course, it'd take place in public, just like old times. Oh, and there should be a fitting purse as well. Let's say the winner gets the Pugilists Guild. What? That's ridiculous. Master, you're not obligated to take him up on this. Ah, this must be your little nursemaid. Rest assured, after I've taken over the guild, I'll keep her on as my personal assistant. Gah ha ha ha. This dude's like comically evil. Do you really mean to fight him? Have no fear, Chichudo. Master. Petra, I don't mean to put undue pressure on you. But the fate of the guild rests upon your shoulders. I don't believe this. Listen to me, Chichudo. I know I can do this. I just need Petra to keep getting stronger as she's been doing so far. Fighting her reminds me of who I used to be. I'm confident I can be that man again. I love Chichudo. I can't believe this. If you're feeling apprehensive about this rematch business, I don't blame you. I'm not blind to reality. If I were to face Wegfar as I am now, I'd be down for the count in a matter of heartbeats, if not lying dead in a pool of my own blood. But I'm determined to win, and I can with your help. Your presence sets my fighting spirit to raging, Petra. So keep at your training. I promise to do the same. When you've grown stronger, return here and we'll both continue our lessons. Okay, so... I think I want those. And... wait. Oh, right. I keep forgetting that I changed that. Alright, so this... what is this? Dawn wrist guards. I guess these are better. And these are the same. Well, actually, they have different bonuses, but they also have materia. And these are better and have materia. Sweet. So this is level. So it seems like we get a level mission every 5 levels. So I might as well do this one too. But let me stretch real quick. Then we'll do this mission. How's it going, Shmo? Welcome. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Wanted to see if anyone said anything about the PvP. I always take so long to advance in this game because I goof off a lot. PvP crafting in my brain acts like every single quest marker is an enemy and I need to get rid of it in my journal. Having any quests is also offensive to my senses. That's how I play a lot of games, but like when it comes to MMOs, I just kind of give up on that immediately. Like I know I'm never going to be able to do everything, and also like a lot of this stuff repeats. So I kind of just give up on that right away and just kind of like it's easier for me to play an MMO if I just give myself one objective. If I try to just tackle everything, I just get lost and like overwhelmed and nothing makes sense, and you know, then I end up like it's fine to goof off, don't get me wrong, but like for me it's just easier to like just focus, okay, I'm gonna do the story, or I'm gonna get to this level so I can do this quest, or like have like a specific objective, and like I'll just goof off a little bit for fun, but having that one objective helps. Because if I play like a big game like this and just kind of do everything that pops up, I will get so like overwhelmed so quickly, you know, and then I won't want to play because I'm overwhelmed. So, but then there's other games where like I don't mind just kind of doing stuff as I see it. Like that's how I played Elden Ring for a while. I didn't even focus on the story. I just did whatever I ran into, and that was like really fun. So I guess it just depends on the game, but yeah, with MMOs, I feel like, and the thing with MMOs too is there's so much to unlock. Like if you were just walking around doing missions, you wouldn't get your class level ups, and you wouldn't learn a lot of the mechanics you need to learn. Like you need to do the first couple of story missions to learn about dungeons and stuff. So you kind of have to like stick to the story at least for a little bit before you start goofing off. But yeah. MMOs can be tricky because there's just so much. But I think they did a pretty good job with this game, allowing you to just focus on the story, and through the story you learn all of the stuff that you can do to goof off, you know? So I kind of like that. I like how the beginning kind of set up the world, and then it started teaching me mechanics, and then teach me dungeons, and etc. So, like, it taught me all the different things throughout the main story. The only exception being your class, which you kind of have to, like, go off to the side to do. But I think they did a good job with that. They did not do a good job with that in 11. In 11, the story missions were just fetch quests or go fight a thing and come back. And you had to learn all the other mechanics through just looking it up, pretty much. Like, it taught us a little bit through the main story, but most of the stuff I had to learn either from chat or looking it up, because I had no idea what I was doing. So I think they did a better job in this one, kind of making the main story a tutorial in a way. Like, the main story teaches you how to survive in the world and what the world is and etc. Like, this mission is going to, like, teach us about the different militaries, which apparently, according to chat, actually used to matter for PvP. So in a way, they're teaching you about PvP here through the story, which is cool. I think they did a good job with that.